Swisscom did not appear from nowhere in 1998. It grew out of Switzerland's old PTT Telecom monopoly, which once controlled the network and even the telephone connected in your home. The transformation happened in a few key steps. Separate Telecom from the postal service opened the market to competition and turned Swisscom into a listed company while the Swiss state kept control. In the 1980s, that world looked very different. The PTT ran post, telegraph, and telephone services. For a normal home phone, customers typically rented an approved PTT telephone instead of simply choosing any device from a shop. The same public system controlled the connection behind it. Then technology and competition began changing telecom quickly. Switzerland started dismantling that old structure. Telecom PTT was renamed Swisscom in 1997, and the major reform took effect in 1998. The postal side became Swiss Post. The telecom side became the independent Swisscom company, and its shares were listed on the stock exchange later that year. But Swisscom was not simply handed over to private owners. The Swiss Confederation kept a majority stake. Today it owns 51%. That created an unusual hybrid. Swisscom competes like a commercial company, but the state remains its controlling shareholder. There is another important part of the story. Swisscom inherited the nationwide network built during the monopoly era. Imagine opening a race when one runner already starts with roads, cables, customers, and decades of infrastructure in place. Competition was now allowed, but Swisscom entered it with a huge head start. That mattered especially in the fixed network. New providers did not always have to build a completely new line into every home. In parts of the market, they could lease access to Swisscom's existing copper last mile, the final cable between the local network and the customer. So the monopoly disappeared, but the old monopoly infrastructure did not disappear with it. And what about service in remote parts of Switzerland? Swisscom has also held the country's universal service obligation, meaning it must provide defined basic telecom services across the country. That duty comes from the telecom system and its license, not simply from the fact that the state owns 51%. So Swisscom grew out of the PTT monopoly through liberalization, separation, and partial privatization. It became a market competitor, but it kept two powerful links to its past: a nationwide inherited network and a majority state shareholder. That mix is the key to understanding the Swisscom we know today.